Hey guys, welcome back to your Mindset Your Power. I want to start today with something real, my friend. I used to think multitasking was a skill, a strength. I thought if my mind was busy, if I was doing 5 things at once, I was being productive. But listen, I wasn't. I was exhausted. I was missing moments. I was jumping from one unfinished task to another. And one day, my son, joking, called me a goldfish. Yes, my friend, you heard right, goldfish. And we laughed so much because, listen, he wasn't wrong. That nickname was genius. I love it. And it made me realize I truly had a goldfish mindset. Always jumping from one thing to another, never fully present. And you know what? Even now, sometimes that little goldfish still wants to jump around. But the difference is, now I notice it. I'm aware. And with that awareness, I can gently bring myself back to the present moment. Because being present isn't just a nice idea. It's the foundation of everything. It's joy, connection, peace, gratitude, and yes, even productivity. That's what we're talking about today, the power of now. What it really means to be present and how you can start living it, even in the chaos of your everyday life. So, what presence really means? Well, being present means truly noticing what you're doing instead of rushing through it. As simple as that, my friend. So ask yourself, what's the rush? What if you slow down, pause, and ask, what am I missing in this very moment? Because listen, once time passes, you don't get it back. So if your kids are already grown and off at college, what would you give to go back and watch one more game, one more recital, one more bedtime story, right? And if your kids are still young, hear me on this, my friend. Don't miss a single moment. I hear it so often from parents saying, I wish I hadn't missed that time when they were small. Presence is what keeps those moments from slipping away. But listen, guys, presence is not just about big family milestones. It's also about the little ordinary moments. It's like the moment like you're savoring that cup of coffee in the morning, going for a walk without your phone or headphones, simply noticing your partner's laugh or the sound of the birds outside your window. Don't let your one precious life become a giant blur. Think of it like a camera lens. Without focus, the picture is blurry, is fuzzy. But when you adjust and really pay attention, everything sharpens. The colors, the details, the beauty that was always there. That is what presence is really about. It's not about doing more. No, it's about stopping the rush, opening your eyes, and finally living the moments you'll never get back. And even though presence sounds simple, it's not always simple, right? It's not always as easy as we think. But why presence is so hard? Let's be completely honest. Presence doesn't come naturally, right? And that is because our brains are designed to do the opposite. Yeah, let me give you a quick science. The brain is a prediction machine. It's constantly scanning for threats, remembering past mistakes, planning for the future. That's how our ancestors survived. But today, it really keeps us stuck in yesterday or tomorrow instead of today. It's like having 30 tabs open on your computer, all running at once. No wonder you will feel drained, right? Or maybe trying to watch a movie while texting. Technically, you're there, but you miss half the plot. And let me ask you this. Have you ever been at dinner with family or friends and noticed that everyone has their phones on the table? Yep. Some even scrolling through social media or checking notifications. Right? I've been guilty of this too. Sitting there physically present, but with my mind miles away thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow, what I have to do later. And later, I realized I missed the moment. I missed the connection. And the sad part, you don't get those moments back. And here's a reflective question for you, my friend. When was the last time you were with someone you love, but weren't really there? That awareness is the first step. Because if we are not aware, we can't change, right? And once we see how often we slipped out of that moment, of the present moment, it's important to ask, what does it actually cost us when we are not present? What is the cost of not being present? It's huge, my friend. Because listen, while planning for the future and learning from the past are both valuable, yes, they only matter when they're followed by actions we take in the now. That's it. But if we spend all our energy regretting the past or worrying about the future, life slips through our fingers like this, my friend, like this. The stress and anxiety flood our minds when we live too much in the future. And regret and guilt literally trap us when we stay stuck in the past. And burnout? Oh yeah, that's what happens when we try to live in both places at once. And beyond what it does to you, not being present impacts your relationships too. Think about couples for a moment. Imagine you're excited to share something important with your partner. And they simply respond with a quick, okay, that's nice, but no eye contact. They never look up from their phone. In that moment, even if they really care, you don't feel cared for. You don't feel seen. And that hurts, right? And what about friendships? You're telling a story and your friend is half listening while checking notifications. I'm also guilty of that sometimes. We feel like you don't matter as much as whatever is on that screen. And then there is our younger generation. Yes. My son actually tells me that so many students walk across campus with their heads down, staring at their phones. No eye contact, no smiles, no conversations. Ironically, we're supposed to be more connected than ever, right? But in many ways, we have never felt more disconnected. And why? Because real connections happen only when you are present, when you are in the present moment. And here's the thing, time keeps moving whether we're paying attention or not. But the good news is that with awareness, we can change that, my friend. And that's exactly why you're here today, to start living differently. And when you do choose presence, the benefits are incredible and sometimes even surprising. Very surprising. It's amazing how when you are present, you unlock benefits you can't get any other way. Have you ever noticed how your best ideas come, for example, in the shower? That's not random. That's your brain finally having space. You're relaxed, you're present, just feeling the warm water on your skin. It's like magic, and boom, clarity and ideas start flowing. Well, at least that's my case, my friend. That's me in the shower. I am so present and relaxed that my creativity just wakes up completely. I have had moments where I thought I could literally record a whole podcast right there. My husband laughs and says he's going to buy me a waterproof microphone, which I love that. I'll take it. But there's something real behind that funny story. Yes, presence recharges your brain. It sparks creativity. And ironically, it makes you more productive than all that goldfish multitasking mindset ever could. That's the power of now. I've learned to practice it every day, and I can tell you, it's a game changer. Not just for you, but for everyone around you. So, how do we practice presence in the middle of everyday life? Let's talk about some simple practical tools you can start using right away. Because practice is how presence becomes a habit. So let's go to number 1. This is simple. It starts with your breath. Breath is with you from the moment you're born, right? But most of us don't use it intentionally. So why don't we do it now? Let's take a slow, deep breath together. And slowly release it. Simple, right? But listen, it's powerful. You can do this throughout the day, while driving, while you're cooking, before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, when you feel anxious, overwhelmed. Your breath is like a built-in reset button, my friend. Let's go to tool number 2, the 5 senses reset. Pause and name one thing you can see, hear, feel, smell, and taste. It's like a mini adventure for your senses that instantly anchors you back in the moment. Maybe the smell of your coffee. You can tell I love coffee. The taste of your yummy lunch. The rainy day like the one we have here today. Maybe you're here in the background. And that question simply anchors you immediately. Because you're literally in the present in what's happening in that moment and what you are enjoying in that moment. Let's go to number 3, the presence question. When your mind is spinning, pause and ask, am I here or am I lost in the future? That little check-in is enough to bring you back. And 4, the celebration pause. We accomplish something and immediately rush to the next thing, usually, right? So instead, pause and celebrate. Yes, we need to celebrate our accomplishments, no matter how small they are. Think of a sunset. It only lasts a few minutes, right? If you're too busy to stop and look, you miss it completely. So pause and let yourself take it all in. And it's okay to tell yourself, great job. Every week, personally, before I record this podcast, I take 1 minute. Close my eyes, breathe, remind myself I'm here, I'm with you. And that tiny pause literally helps me to feel calmer, more connected, and ready to give you my best. And if you want to take presence even deeper, my friend, there is one practice that has transformed my life more than anything else. And I have talked about it before, I know. Meditation, my friend. Yes, let me tell you, one of the most powerful practices for presence is that. Was it easy at first? No, it was freaking hard. I didn't get it. My mind wandered nonstop. I thought, this is not working. Then I learned that wandering is the practice. Each time you notice and bring yourself back, that's the rep. And every rep makes your mind stronger. It's like, puppies running loose. The little puppies, the dogs. Meditation is gently guiding them back to you over and over. Meditation is the moment you set the weight down. All the stress and worry you've been carrying slip away. And that's what is left is lightness, clarity, a space to simply be. It's pressing a reset button, my friend, on your nervous system. And listen, the science is stunning. MRI studies show meditation literally rewires your brain. It strengthens the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain that helps you focus, make decisions, and stay calm under pressure. And it shrinks the amygdala. That's the part of your brain that triggers stress, fear, and the fight or flight response. So when you practice meditation, you're not only calming your mind for a few minutes, you're actually training your brain to be less reactive, more focused, and more present long term. Meditation is just one way to practice presence, yes. But presence itself, that's what transforms how you experience your life, my friend. Because the reality is that we live in a world that is constantly pushing us to focus on the destination, right? And that is why presence matters so much. Because if we are not present, we forget to enjoy the journey, the process. Most of us live on autopilot. We wake up, go through the motions, check off the boxes, and we're not really there. And when we live like that, life starts to feel like one long blur of, and instead of being a meaningful experience. And we have also been taught, almost brainwashed, I should say, to always chase the next thing, the next goal, the next milestone, the next achievement. We think when I finally get there, I'll be happy. But that constant rush completely steals the joy that's available to you right now. It's like climbing a mountain, but being so focused and reaching to the very top that you forget to look around and, see the beautiful scenery. And when you finally reach the peak, it might feel empty because you never allowed yourself to enjoy the journey that got you there. Presence flips that. It slows you down just enough to notice the steps, to celebrate the little wins, and to enjoy the view along the way. And when you live this way, my friend, you won't look back one day and regret missing the process. You will know you were there for the ups, the downs, the detours, the messy parts, the beautiful parts, all of it. That's the power of presence. It's what transforms your life from a checklist into a journey worth remembering. All right, let's do a quick recap, my friend. Your brain will always try to live in the past or future, but you can bring it back. Presence means being awake to this moment. The cost of not being present is stress, regret, and disconnection. The benefits of presence are joy, focus, peace, and real connection. Tools like 5 senses reset, the 1 breath rule, the celebration of every win, and meditation can train your brain to live here, now, where life really happens. And remember, presence is what allows you to enjoy the journey, not just obsess over the destination. And listen, I want you to really hear this, my friend. Life doesn't happen yesterday. Life doesn't happen tomorrow. It only happens now, today. If you're always waiting for the perfect moment, you will miss the one you're in. If you're always chasing the next chapter, you will miss the page you are leaving. So here's my challenge. Today, practice presence. Put your phone down at the dinner table. Take a walk without headphones. Look into someone's eyes when they're speaking to you. Take a single breath and just be. Because this moment, this breath, this love, this heartbeat, this is your life. Don't miss it. And don't forget that also means not missing the little moments with your children, your partner, your friends, the people you love. Those are the memories that matter, and they only happen once. Thanks so much for listening, my friend, and for being here. If this episode touched you, Share it with someone you love and save it when you need a reminder. And remember, the power of now is the power to truly live the life you don't want to miss. Have an awesome week.